Hello there. It is Dave, the GM and podcast producer. It's a fun title. I wanted to make a few announcements before we get started. First off, what you're listening to will be the season finale. Like every great show in Netflix history, it will end in a little bit of a cliffhanger. So, there will be a little bit of a hiatus after this episode, as in a few weeks, because I am having a child, my first child. So I'm going to take some time to do all of that baby business, figure all that out. I appreciate you listening to the show. I hope that you continue to listen, and we'll be back in probably a few weeks. One exciting bit is I'm actually getting Jared, who plays Lonnie, to give a few sessions with the group. He's got some really interesting things planned that's gonna take the story of the party in a brand new place. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming out soon. As always, I appreciate all of the donations to Extra Life. All of the stuff that you've done in the past few months have been grand. We've raised a little over $300 for the Children's Miracle Network. Hospitals, particularly, we're supporting the New Orleans Children's Hospital. Also, really appreciate the 5-star reviews on iTunes. I said I was going to read those. I think that once I get back, I'm going to collect them all and give some shout outs to the people that have given us great reviews on iTunes. It's one of the rare places that you can do a review. With that, I will let you get into the last episode of this very strange arc.
You're listening to the adventures of Lonnie, the Brotherhood of Steel Scribe, Clark, the veteran mercenary, Pep, the gearhead racer, and Hazel, the traveling scholar. This is Rat Rules, a Fallout tabletop RPG.
So at standard order of operation, if the Vault thinks you're related to Vault Resident number 2, Vault Resident 2 is Marty Buffont, the husband of the Vault Overseer, who is Vault Resident number 1, then you are the love child of Martin Buffont, who is apparently a clone that's less than 5 years old. So if it helps you at all, it's very possible your actual dad is dead because the Vault killed him when you were a baby. Does that help?
Wow, your dad is both dead and still alive.
And a ghoul, and the head of a criminal organization that's trying to take over New Orleans.
And cheated on his wife with your mom.
And owns the Sweet Chariot. So that could be considered a plus.
And doesn't remember you.
You got a lot going on, Lonnie. That's a lot.
Hey, shut up, Pep.
Hey, shut up, Clark!
Oh. All right, everybody shut up!
Okay, are we killing this thing or not? What are we doing?
No, okay.
No, don't kill the thing. He's got to put crawdad in me first.
No,
He should ruin it. Okay, guys.
You gonna kill the voodoo's wife?
I'm gonna go get my brother out of the great.
No, you're not. You're checking number 2. We're gonna confirm this little theory of yours. Then we'll deal with your brother.
You know your brother's name. We could probably look it up from there instead of trying to figure the number.
We'll just open the tank up and we'll get him out. If I'm the real Clark
name.
We don't have a diving suit for him. Wait, he might have gills.
Oh, he probably does have gills.
If he has gills, then he's a clone of my brother, and my brother's dead. This just keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh,
it does. You're not wrong.
I bet the amphibian one. Maybe that was the whole gill thing.
What was really funny is we walked into a vault and I thought, hey, it'll be so much fun to go investigate a vault. And I walked in, it was like, wow, this is almost like really comforting and homey feeling compared to being outside where there's giant explosions and giant monsters and ghouls that want to kill us. And now we're in the shit.
Hazel, everything's the wasteland, whether you're inside or outside.
Shut up, Pep. Nothing bad has happened to you yet.
Clark, shut up.
You got free therapy. You got free therapy over there. I'm part chameleon or lizard or something.
Salamander.
Something like that. And then we got this guy over here who's don't even know what you are anymore.
All right.
Me?
You guys, I'm going to talk to the overseer. All of you, zip it before I give you all a timeout.
Yes, ma'am.
Lonnie, that's good.
Hazel, in full-on teacher mode, walks over to where the glowing hazmat suit with the overseer supposedly in it is, and goes, "So, can you understand what I'm saying, or do you just say names over and over and over again?" Is there any brain left in there?
The overseer kind of looks at you and says, "Welcome to Vault 18."
That's what I thought. All right, so I'm going to actually nothing about the glowing hazmat overseer looks hostile at all at this point, right? I can basically start investigating to see if there's any kind of key card, if there's any kind of documentation, if there's anything they're carrying that can give me more information.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you go ahead and do a perception plus science difficulty.
Perception plus science. All right, and I'm going to use 2 of my AP points on this too, because I really want this.
You got it. 2 successes. Great job.
Oh, sheesh.
You managed to look through the kind of like what this it seems like that it is a glowing one in a hazmat suit. You can tell that from it. You know from the history of glowing ones that they are not they have lost a lot of mental facilities. They are not like the like ghouls that are not feral. Much like Lonnie's recent run-in with the glowing one. You find a override access key card that is kind of stuffed in the corner that the overseer had been sitting on.
Give me that.
And at this point, a voice in the intercom rings out and says, "Directive. Report to the overseer's office."
Well, I think I found a key card to get into the overseer's office.
I would like some answers.
Yeah, me too.
Also, Pep, I got angry. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm a little bit stressed about the whole. Sorry, Lonnie said it was salamander. But I got a little bit angry. And I would like to go get some answers now, please.
I mean, I guess you technically did go through puberty just now.
I'm going,
wow! Oh my god!
I'm going to ignore that from the man whose dad is currently 5 years old. And I would like to go get some answers. So, Pep, please, if you could lead the way in the power armor, I think that would be great for everybody.
Well, Clark, someone told me I should be a little more cautious with the power armor, and I don't know if me taking the front would be sufficiently cautious enough. Does everyone here agree that maybe the power armor going first would be a wise use of power armor, or is that being reckless?
Pep, would you please go first?
Sure.
I would
all right.
appreciate it.
Let's go. Where am I going? This way?
That's
That way?
a really good question. Hey, glowing overseer dude. Point, where's your office?
The overseer kind of looks at you and says, "Gra," and then looks at Lonnie and says, Marty.
All right.
She's saying that because you look like your dad, who's 5. Maybe, not even 5 yet. They haven't come back yet. Sorry, again.
Okay, these vaults are all basically laid out the same. Has anyone else been in the vault and might know where the overseer's office is?
At this point, doors open. All of it seems like all of the doors that exit open automatically, and you hear the sound of robots kind of rummaging through the room that you were previously in, where you killed your clones.
Well, I've got a little bit of a concern about that. Wait, we didn't kill my clone.
Yeah, what's the vitals showing on?
Oh, are you back in that room?
Well, we had to
that room.
Go through
exit,
that room
right?
to get to door 3, I think.
That clone is
exit.
dead, and you see 2 protectrons kind of walking around. The clone it seems like disintegrated into a pile of dust, and you see protectrons carrying 2 bodies out of the second door in there. One of them you recognize as John Buck Roosevelt, and the other one you recognize as Clark.
And these are dead bodies?
Yeah, and the protectrons bring them in and let go, and the bodies float.
All right, I'm gonna get over to the bodies and take a look at them.
Hey, hold on now.
Wait,
If I have any stuff, I want my stuff.
I'm not trying to loot the bodies, you idiot. I'm trying to see what was done to them.
Well, he's dead. I want his stuff, which is
The bodies are
my
naked
stuff.
except for underwear. The bodies are wearing underwear.
Well,
Wow.
they could, in theory, still have something on them. Where do you like use a prison wallet or anything? Is there something I should know about you?
Check the tailpipe.
Maybe other Clark did. I'm not going to check though.
That was going to be my next question. All right,
It's-
I'm just gonna go over to the bodies and take a look at the body.
Now, as far as consent goes, does Clark have to give consent to check other Clarks?
That's a very good question, because are they a separate entity?
Lonnie, I don't like where you're asking this question.
Stepping outside of the game, yes. You have to, unless the clones are attacking you, you have to give consent. If you're walking around and there is like a doll of you of your exact proportions laying on the ground, that's it. Please ask the person that looks exactly like the doll before touching.
Only I can touch my dead body.
All right. So, as the next of kin, or the closest thing to it we've got here, can I do a coroner's overview of the body of your twin brother / father?
Yeah, do
Clark?
medicine perception for difficulty 0 if you're going to do that, and get Clark's permission before you do that.
Yes. Clark?
Clark doesn't
Fine,
have to
but-
get permission.
Fine, but I don't want to watch.
Well, that is a different level of weird. But I'm going to say you're either the next of kin or... Yeah, we'll just say closest living relative.
I'll just ask
Actually-
Clark, do the scars match?
Do the scars match, DM?
That's actually a really good question.
Do the scars match what?
He has...
His
Clark
Like
has
Clark
scars.
knows his body. He's talked about his scars before.
Yes. The scars match to him outside of anything he has gotten. Everything that he has gotten before the game started, he still has. Everything from when Hazel pierced his heart, from where the hands used to be a little scarred. Everything is not
So-
there that was from this game time. Pretty much, save state pre-game. We saved your character. That's what it is.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't care. He's dead. I'm the one that's living. Do whatever you want.
Well, I got 0 successes, so it looks like Clark and Buck.
You can't tell anything discerning about the character, the body.
The
But
body.
you can tell on the hands there are 2 cuts that go from kind of across the palm, and there is a giant kind of like hole in his stomach.
Huh. 2 cuts across the hands and a hole in his stomach. Are there similar wounds on Buck's body?
No.
Do the hand cuts look like they might have been from a sword?
Do perception plus melee weapons for difficult.
Missed it
And
by
I
one.
still got no successes.
You don't really see what exactly happened, but it seems like that the way that the cuts are, they do look like your sword. You're not quite sure what happened. At this point, a voice comes over the intercom and says, "Directive! Please report to the Overseer's office."
Well, honestly, at this point, what do we really have to lose? Let's go to the overseer's office. Maybe we can find some answers in there. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. Let's find some answers that aren't monumentally traumatizing to all of us in general in there.
You're not going to find that.
Forget about that one.
There aren't enough luck points at the table.
Nah. This is an empty, stark room that has a number of turrets and cameras that follow the crew as you enter. There's a console on the side of the room, and it speaks. Directive. Please enter override code.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and enter the code, Martin.
Wait,
Wait, don't you have the code?
Yeah, you have
might
the
have the
access card.
I have the key card.
But they gave me the code to be able to open the vault door.
You're
Oh,
right. You're right. I'm not gonna put in Martin. I'm gonna start to and then go, wait, what?
Let me
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
let
Sorry.
me try that.
Distracted.
I guess I'll go over there at a brisk pace, seeing as how these turrets are probably like trained on me.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
we should probably be ready, guys.
Yep. I'll
Clark is standing behind the guy in power armor. Power armor is between him and the turrets.
Yep,
Okay.
I'll plug in.
Okay, great. So you enter the Overseer's code, and now it says, Directive. Please enter override key card.
Got it. So, yeah, Hazel's going to put the override keycard into the computer. I assume it's a pretty obvious slot that it wants me to swipe it.
Yep. So you input that into the computer. At that point, the turrets deactivate and the cameras go away, and the door opens. And you all see a set of stairs, and you go up the stairs. And you enter the Overseer's office. A giant tank with green liquid sits in the center of a room that looks like the executive office. The tank is floor to ceiling, and there's a floating brain inside of it connected to wires. A ring around the tank descends from the ceiling as 4 mechanical arms extend from it. A voice speaks up. Definitive statement. Your arrival was not in my calculations. Recalculating. Greeting. Hello. You have made your way to the Overseer's office in Vault 18. My name is Marty. It's a situation to meet you. Waiting for a reply.
And Hazel just kind of looks over.
Mayor?
Lonnie, I think we found your real dad.
Yeah, Lonnie.
I don't agree. I don't see the resemblance.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Calculating. Unexpected outcome. Greetings, Marty. Error. Recalculating. Greetings, Lonnie.
Shit. That's not good.
Hello. How are you?
Directive complete. Happy to be assisting all. Assisting you.
Can you assist me to not die in 10 weeks?
Calculating time of death 8.4 weeks. Cause of death radiation.
Huh.
Wait, that's not natural causes at all.
Your answer is unacceptable.
Yeah, can we
Calculating.
push that out to at least like 8 years?
Calculating. Resident Hazel. Perceived death 8.4 weeks. Cause of death radiation.
Ooh.
Calculating.
If it says 8.4 weeks,
Martin.
Did 8.4 weeks for everyone. Yeah.
Status deceased. Status update. Recombination in progress. Assisting.
how long on the recombination?
Recombination delayed.
Overseer, what's details concerning a radiation event in 8.4 weeks?
Gulf entity directive complete. Gulf entity occurs in 8 weeks.
Gulf entity?
I think maybe we know why they got the amphibian and crawfish in the clone lab. I think they're working on something big for old New Orleans.
Calculating Gulf entity estimated height 400 feet.
That sounds
Estimation
about, yeah.
correct. Calculating big.
Pep, you're going to need a bigger set of pep.
He's gonna need a helmet.
Hey, this diving helmet works adequate. It's a little foggy in here, but yeah.
Doesn't it have duct tape on it?
Everything he owns has duct tape on it.
So, to confirm, in 2 months, a 400-foot entity is going to irradiate this area.
Reassessing personality. Profile. Southern woman. Financially wealthy. That's right, Lowney Haybear. There's the Gulf entity directive that we have been working on, and that's in about 8 weeks. It's about when that's happening.
When did the directive concerning the Gulf entity become a computed variable?
The voice speaks, says, on September 5th, 2262, Special Clone Operation convenes. It begins Gulf Directive, and Special Clone Operative Marty is attached to Vault computational power for increased calculator.
But why Gulf entity?
Where Gulf entity?
Cancel Gulf entity?
Recalculating personality. More descriptive. Lonnie Haybear and Company, I gather you here today on the precipice of this Nawlins secret bunker that we're within. You see, the special clone operation defined a Gulf entity. Now, that is a giant unidentified life form. We have ran several calculations on how to get that giant life form away from the city of Nawlins, and we have put forth a directive to do so. that directive had to change when all of our calculations showed that Gulf entity would destroy absolutely everything. The directive now is simply preservation. And so we have re-begun all of our collecting and sampling of cloning. And we have completed the directive and are prepared for the next 400 years when the half-life of Gulf entity is completely degraded and they're dead, so we can repopulate and bring back the knowledge that we've gathered with us this far.
Do your cloning directives, did you make other clones like me?
You are a Generation 1 clone, from which I can only say that we have garnered you on your way into all Nawlins, checked you into our secret secure system, and have done our test via personality and DNA sampling, and now you have come out the other ends the victor. We have deleted your memories and given you a tape to work for our facsimile called the River Crawler Caravan.
Well, we read your computer with the results, and I'm okay with the unable to take being able to regrow limbs and stuff. I think y'all did a great job there. That's, really hats off to you. But now there was a part about only living for like 3 months, and that part I didn't like as much. So, could you just go into a little more detail about that and why the fuck you did that?
So you didn't like the way that we talked about that, right?
I didn't like that I'm going to die soon.
Recalculating personality. Music promoter. Well, you see,
oh fuck.
You see, Clark. The thing is, the thing is, when you're looking at your lifespan, these at the City of All Nawlins, we don't care about non-residents. That's not something that we care about at all. We care about preserving us, and you're a tourist, so we did our regular experimentation that we do on clones of tourists.
This tourist is about to smash open your case and destroy whatever the fuck you are. If you would like to recalculate your personality to respond to that information.
Recalculating personality. Personality recalibrated. Reckless Raider. Well, I'm sorry you didn't really like that. We'll just have to come up with another way of presenting the information to you. I hope that we've been very accommodating here in Vault 18 for all of your particular needs that you have wanted. We're very happy to do whatever you need. We've completed our directive. We've secured the preservation, but we did not expect for you all to override the tests that we were doing here. The operation is complete, but this entity does not really understand your purpose and is recalculating variables based on your presence here.
Do your calculations concerning the Gulf entity include the involvement of the Brotherhood of Steel?
Special clone operation was given to the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel, and he's been working with us ever since. They are 100% prepared for the arrival of the Gulf entity.
Who else is working with you?
We fall under the umbrella of the Special Clone Operation, me and 6 other members of the Special Clone Operation.
You got names for it?
Yeah, I have names for all 7 of them. Our names are Marty Buffon.
All of your names are Marty Buffon.
Correct. Do you want to know more about Special Clone Operation?
I would really like to know what's happening with the corpse of my brother downstairs, and I would like the answer to be a really good one. And I hope for your sake it is.
Traveling nomad Martin was apprehended by New Orleans preservationists / voodoos and brought into the vault, and we just happened to recombinate him. He passed his test, and we sent the clone on his way. Unfortunately, clone is dead. We are awaiting recombination until we get an exact detail on why the clone died.
Okay, Hazel, do you want to just burn down this entire city?
I'm thinking it's not a bad idea at this point. Yeah, we should definitely. You know what? I would love to. I just.
Wait, one question, actually, before we consider killing you, because, I mean, at least that's what I'm thinking. I don't know about these Pep and Manu over here, but I think we're on the same page, Hazel.
I prefer to think of it as recombining you with the DNA of a blender. Yeah.
Yes. Now, before that, my question is, if the recombination of her brother, is that also going to have a 5-year time span on the clone?
Recombination calibrating twisted muscles.
I've heard of something like that before. So basically, they're trying to turn him into a superpowered melee creature. And if what's left of him, if I take him out of the tube downstairs, I don't ever get back my twin brother. He's dead. He stays dead. There's no clones. There's no coming back. And I don't know if that would be the best thing to do in this situation or not.
Hazel, everyone that's been cloned has had their memories wiped. And I'm not sure how that process works.
Memory wipe? Would you like to know more?
Yes, absolutely. I would like to know more.
Assessing personality. Teacher voice. When clones are born in the vault at a wee little age, they are absolutely hostile to their counterparts. So we have developed a code word we call Mardi Gras. At the term Mardi Gras,
Shit!
They change their personality back and forth between aggressive and non-aggressive. Under this jurisdiction, and when we decide to use the terminology directed at the certain people, they will then shift their personalities. Most clones are aggressive towards their previous clone or real person, and consistently display behavior of aggression and saying their own name over and over and over again.
I've never done that.
Memory wipe occurs in a injection-based format. The injection is given at time of cloning and wipes memory for a full week after cloning procedure is done. Subjects retain memories prior to 1 week of their operation.
When you splice the genes, do you splice the genes onto the real person first? Or while you're making the clone?
It's a symbiotic process while we make the clone.
Shit, so I am a clone. But why don't I say my name like that? I've heard Mardi Gras a bunch of times.
Right, and you're just always hostile.
That's true, but I don't repeat my name like a crazy person.
Yeah, it's true.
But you also have no reason to be hostile towards your clone because your clone, well,
The closest thing to being hostile towards his clone we've seen is he found his body and said, I want to loot that shit. So, That honestly seems like a perfectly reasonable
That's just
reaction.
the rules of the road. I don't.
That
Yeah,
was also
seriously.
kind of hostile, I'm not going to lie. But point stands, I've heard the code word,
Multiple times, and you haven't shifted personality at all.
yet clearly I've had this regeneration thing going.
So maybe you're not the clone. Maybe you were the base material they used to make the clone, and the clone didn't make it. And either way, you're still you.
Computer, explain details of Experiment 594.
Experiment 594. Regarding special clone operation. Vault Resident 2 initiated special clone operation. Vault 18 was only prepared to accept identical clones of Vault Residents. Vault Resident 2, as owner of Vault 18, decided to create clones that are different from one another. With Vault Residents 2 high charisma, the computational power of the Vault itself and the Overseer created 6 clones, all with different attributes off of their charisma. This is what we call the special clone operation. The special clone operation then proceeded to find ways to physically enhance and mentally enhance the human clones that we have. Particularly, Resident 594 was enhanced with salamander genes. Resident 594 cannot die unless completely disintegrated, but has a shortened lifespan of about 3 months. Resident 594 is not the original Resident, but is indeed a clone and a genetic mutant of original Benefactor.
So is there another splicing experiment that was contemplated that would expand lifespan that is active at this time in Vault 18?
Special Clone Operative 3, increased lifespan, high endurance.
Is there a way to transfer all current memories into new clone?
Special Clone Operation was a success. We have combination results for Resident 594, but it has not been the 5-year time period in which we refresh all clones. If Resident 594 wishes to refresh cloning, they will have to get Overseer's approval.
Alright, where the fuck's this bastard?
It might be the glowing one downstairs.
Personality change. I am the Overseer. It's me, Gran.
Oh, perfect. I would like a new body that will not die in a few months. I would like to keep the salamander, because that's, I mean, like I said before, you guys did a stellar job with that one. But I'd be willing to give it up. If I would just not die so soon.
Confirmation
Thank you.
needed. Yes or no?
Confirmation needed, yes or no?
Why do I feel like if I say yes, I'm going to die instantly? Is that a thing?
So Overseer, I appreciate your help, and I am excited about the future experiments that we are about to participate in, especially Clark, who seems very enthusiastic about the idea of getting an upgraded body in order to help with the future event that's about to inflict itself on New Orleans. But as a warning, if we do not get Clark back as part of our action team you see in front of you right now, I am going to boil you to a fine white paste and spread you all over these walls.
Addendum added. Correction input. Confirmation, Resident 594. Yes or no?
Will you guys watch me while I'm being recombinated?
I won't leave your
Make
side.
sure anything goes wrong. I mean, you got to recombinate your brother. I still think you should do that, by the way.
I still don't know if it's my brother. Genetically, it's my
I don't
brother.
actually know if I am me.
And it sounds like he would have his memories prior to what happened and just the first week of I guess, recovery. He wouldn't have the memories. I mean, it's an opportunity, but I understand this feels a bit unnatural.
Computer, explain high endurance experimental results and complications.
Special Clone Operative 3. High Endurance. Clone of Marty Buffon. Endurance ranking incredibly high. This individual has been recombinated based off of Marty Buffon genetic code and given incredible endurance. They cannot be harmed by any object or anything from the wasteland or any other entity within it.
Are there complications for this one?
There is no complication for Special Clone Operation.
How long will the process take to reconstitute a body for Clone 594 with the parameters of Clone 3?
Error. Unable to cross human genetic code against Prime Directive. Prime Directive set by Marty Buffon.
All right. So Clark,
Was he setting all of these directives? He wasn't the...
Well, it sounds like I could go back to having a normal body. Well, I couldn't, but a Clark could. And
So Clark, we have a little bit of time on this, not a lot, but we have
not
some
a lot
time.
of time. I'm changing my opinion, and I would like to keep the brain alive for the time.
Okay. So let's.
But Marty Buffon's a different story.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
Keep alive. Confirmation.
Yes.
Confirmation
Yes.
accepted. Clones releasing. Clones releasing to Wasteland. Clone genetic material released. Thank you for your confirmation. Have a great day.
Oh,
That doesn't sound good at all. That doesn't sound good at all.
I don't feel like that's at all what I agreed to.
That's not...
Well, I think it's a brave new world.
Calculating unidentified threats. Needed to take Prime Directive action in order to ensure Gulf Entity Operation success.
I would like to stress that I am on board with your Gulf Entity problem, but I would have to live long enough to help with that. So I'm still a little bit hung up on that. I don't know what you just did, releasing clone genetic material into the wasteland. It kind of seems like something I don't want to get too many details about, if I'm quite honest.
Processing. Happy to provide details.
No, I feel like the less I know, the better.
I feel like we need to know this.
Speak for yourself. This is a need to know for me.
Plausible deniability. You guys didn't say yes.
No, but I didn't say no either. So I guess it's kind of on us.
I think there's going to be some messes.
Releasing clone genetic material.
No,
Resident
stop releasing genetic material.
594 through 598. Clone entities above ground.
Oh, no.
Did it just-
He didn't ask for that. Oh, guys, he just...
Tribe released 594 genetic makeup.
Genetic makeup of clone 594. Exact clone of original resident 594. No alterations made per request and addendum.
Oh, shit.
Following addendum and Prime Directive. Great success. And it gives a little smiley face.
So that me will be living, but is going to want to kill me.
All you gotta do is say Mardi Gras to get all pissed off.
we've established that
I have a very, very difficult moral dilemma of, do I kill the me that actually has a chance to live in order to keep myself alive?
The answer to that is you are the only Clark, you are the only Clark we've ever known. We would prefer to keep you alive.
But that also means that there's a very dangerous Clark that is out there in the wasteland.
At least
we should probably at least track him down.
Well, you have my full permission to waste clone Hazel on site if you can. There's so much more for us to do here, but this is going to take us so much time right now. I feel like Okay, spitballing an idea. Clark, if we could find your clone, manage to get him unconscious, we might be able to do a memory transfer.
Computer person, is that possible?
Are you talking to me? Is that
yeah?
You're the computer person, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Computer person. Yeah. Let's.
I don't know what voice you were just using.
A memory transfer to the new clone if we can catch him.
Processing personality. Brotherhood of Steel Initiate. Yeah,
no!
If you brought them back to Vault 18, we could just kill the old guy and keep the new guy, and get the genetic material from the. You get what I'm saying? The process would need to happen here. But here's the thing: you all aren't gonna be, allowed here anymore because of being an unidentified threat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I suggested this a while ago. We can do a brain transplant. I'm sure we can find a Mr. Handy that can do that.
It's not that simple.
See, now here's the issue. You keep saying unidentified threat, and I feel like we're about to be a very identified threat. If you keep saying crazy things like not allowed back and you can't do a brain transfer and things like that. You pick up what I'm saying?
Bro, I totally get what you're saying. I get what you're doing, but we're gonna have to. I'm gonna take this vault out to surf pretty much after you guys leave. I'm just being courteous until, because you guys are unidentified threat and all. I'm curious what you're gonna do with the Gulfinity operation, which is a big old word. I know that's a big old word.
I feel like if I'm going to die in a few weeks, I'm going to kill you on my way out. If I'm going to stop splitting hairs and just say that.
I can actually, I can confirm that if he doesn't feel like he has anything to lose, we'll burn this place to the ground on the way out. And considering what you did to my brother, I'll help him.
And I would like to point out that you engineered me in a way that I cannot die from critical injury. Before
Calculating.
You say.
Resident 594 can die of disintegration. Calculating.
I would like to see you try.
At this point, the mechanical arms retract back up into the ceiling. At this point, a vacuum kind of opens up in the roof, and a tentacle arm comes down, almost like an electrical tentacle arm. I'm going to have everybody roll agility plus athletics for difficulty 3.
No! Critical failure for Pep.
I got 1 success.
I guess if I crit, I could have. But...
I'm slow. Hold on. It was agility and athletics.
Nobody succeeded that. The tentacles come down and plug into your pit boys. A number of information is attached to your pit boys, and you feel like it's overloading on your arm as the screen starts to scroll around. At this point, the pressure increases, and you all are sucked up into the roof and are in a dark vacuum of water that is pouring up from the vault. And as you exit, you kind of like plaster yourself against the top of a wall where all the pressure is building. At this point, that portion opens and releases, and you shoot out the crack of it and land in an unfamiliar place at first. But then you realize that you are back in the carousel bar.
Balls! What the hell just happened?
All right, where the fuck's Marty?
As you wake up, you realize that it is raining outside. At this point, you see Marty Buffont, the leader of the Voodoos and the one that you have struck a deal with, standing outside in the street with a satch gun in his hand as he disintegrates the head of Ella Fitzgibbons. An entity enters the bar, and you recognize this entity as Madame Malavance. There is darkness. From above, a street light shines on the street. A boot hits a glossy puddle as a hooded man sets a baby covered in a burlap sack on the street. He pulls a cup from his pocket and places two objects inside of it. He slams it to the ground beside the baby. Pulling up, the cup reveals two small dice that read 1 and 1. Snake eyes. The hooded figure quickly looks back and forth and begins to sprint away. In the same scene, a car races down the street, shooting flames from the exhaust. A kid sits behind the driver's seat, gripping the wheel of a makeshift race car that's barely holding on. A dog races into the street, and the boy hits the brakes, sending the car into a tumble mid-air. Pieces of the car are flying as the fire begins to build. The car lands upside down with a crash. The boy scuttles from underneath with a sense of worry and races into the dark, vanishing. The unharmed dog walks to the swaddled child and licks his forehead. In the same scene, a figure runs down the street wearing Talon Company mercenary armor. He stops to see the child and draws his sword. From the puddle, a figure in a diving suit emerges and locks swords with the Talon Company merc. The clinking of swords echoes down the street as the Talon Company merc knocks the diving suit clad human to the ground. The diving suit human holds his sword up to meet the merc. The merc stares him down, chuckles, and falls on the sword. Stars light up the night sky as a covered wagon pulls down the street. Wind blows the cover off to reveal a small girl sitting in a circle of books. The girl leaps to her feet, jumping off the cart, grabbing for the cloth in the wind. She races and manages to pluck it from the breeze. The cart is moving faster and faster away as the girl tries to race back. She stops short as the stairs swirl above her head. The breeze wraps the cover like a cape around her. The kid racer runs back down the street. He stops to pick up the swaddled baby, while the girl in the cape hurries to check on them. The man in the diving suit stands and stumbles towards the three of them. Trains pass left and right down the street, adding to the swirl of the night. Their lights pass back and forth, illuminating the edges of the black sky. Two yellow eyes pry open that sky as a yellow fire begins to cascade down from the stars. A rumbling echo like giant footsteps is heard. The crew stands in a circle and takes a deep breath. They close their eyes, and in a flash, the train and people disappear as fire blankets and destroys the streets. And with this vision, Madame Malavance lets go of her temples and falls to the ground.